Hi, Andrea. This is Stacy. I just wanted to get back to you on what we talked about for your website. Sorry it's taken so long to get this to you, but there's actually more needed than I saw originally, so I wanted to be thorough in my review. But I thought I'd walk you through in a video since it's easier to see what I mean by each of the items. So I'm here on your homepage, and my initial takeaway is that, on this page, there's a lot of white font, but it's a little bit difficult to read. But this is just how they have it formatted. So if you're okay with it, I didn't want to nitpick that. But what I did want to point out is this type of heading and graphic seems to be an issue throughout wherever there's like an article, or I'm not even sure what this is supposed to say, but in multiple places on the front page and also on the subsequent pages, the formatting here is incorrect. So if you could have them correct that, that would obviously be more helpful. And I think that would be the first and main part of this page here for them to fix. The next page is here when you're going to the About page, and when I go to the difference, it's going to do the same. I'm thinking about formatting again. There's a lot of text on this page that's not really broken up by anything, even though there are headings. And I mean, it seems like that there should be some H1 and H2 tags so Google can actually read through this a little easier and help you with ranking. But at any case, it should at least have like a bolded, sort of bold here, wherever there's more like of a break in the subject, just so it's easier for anybody who's reading it, obviously, to read that, where all of these different like subheadings are. It's not just for readability for us, but again, that's part of what Google uses to identify what are the main takeaways from each of the pages when they're reviewing your site. So I think that happens in multiple pages, but definitely I saw that on here and wanted to point that part out. When it gets to the bios, for instance, on both yours and Butch's bio, the information is listed here. I think the only link that works is when it goes to this completed resume here. And after that, all of these links just keep taking you to the top of the page. So if the links are going to be here, I think they should see I'm clicking on it and it keeps taking me to the top. So these links should either be here and work, or they should not be here because they're not serving any purpose for your site. And many people, when they're using it, are going to get frustrated, obviously, if they're trying to click somewhere and they can't get through that. So the web developers should know that and either hide these links or attach the information that goes to support those links. And as I mentioned, it's the same on yours and Butch's. So if I look on yours, it'll do the same thing. Your CV will be there, but anything else will just keep referring to the top. So hopefully you can have them fix that. This one on the instructing team, still in the same tab here, but it says the instructing team. When you go here, there's nothing on this page, so I don't think this page should actually be a page unless there's information that is planned to put here. And if so, then they should obviously put that there. Otherwise, they should hide that page. Because then when it goes into each of the bios for the instructors, I see Barry's and I see Bruce's, but there is nothing here for George. So again, it's a little embarrassing when you go to see what George is up to, and then there's nothing listed here. So if they could complete that or remove George from the list, I think it would serve your page better. When it goes to training, I think we're going to find the same thing here. All the graphics and the headings are a little bit funky. They're not, I don't know why it's like that, but definitely needs to be corrected. So that it's on there properly. I think when these links go through, they do work. So let's see. Yeah, this one does work. But again, I'm going to go back to the same thing about formatting. It's just a lot of words and it's not broken up by anything. Like where this could say, for these types of headings, it should be broken up a bit so that someone could read it easier. And I just find it interesting that in some cases they're using bullets, in other cases they're using dashes for bullets, and it's just a little bit hard to keep up with the formatting on all the pages like that. So I think they should go through and do a better job of cleaning that up for a lot of reasons, but mainly it's just for the person trying to read it, it's really difficult. But also, like I mentioned, it is part of Google's readability on your site. Okay, so then when I go to resources, in this case, resources, it only has two things listed. Well, one is just a heading essentially. And when I click on this, the link is actually broken because it goes to page not found. So that should be fixed or removed as well. Again, it's not serving anything. Similarly, when I'm under resources and I go down here to team assessment survey, it says here to fill out all the information and click submit, but there is no survey listed here. So once again, it's just taking someone to a page that has nothing on it. So they need to either put the survey here or remove or hide this page. Also, it looks like there's a lot of frequently asked questions, which is great, except for none of them that I can tell go to any answers. So there's no answers on the page when you click to it. So then you click and it keeps taking you similarly to the other links that don't work to the top of the page. So they should put an answer there or remove the page or hide the page. This one I think is really critical as well. When you go to the calendar, it says here that this is where you find the calendar. When I click on this, it says no results found. So there's no results here for a calendar that shows the schedule or the upcoming dates for the classes. I think that's a pretty big deal. And I think I found it somewhere else, which was here, just at the calendar portion when you click there. But then I'm not sure why this one is here, because this one is where you can actually see your calendar. And this one is where, like I say, it says there's going to a link, but it doesn't take you anywhere. So I think they need to clean that one up as well. And then I think the last one, other than the fact that there is an available equipment list, but as you mentioned, there's some difficulties with the catalog portion of the site working. But at least here we can take this information and turn it into an e-commerce, again, with another effort to that part of the site. But with that, the last thing I was going to mention here, this page here, when you click on it, there's nothing on the page. So it might be of interest, but there's nothing there. So again, I think it should be hidden, or there should be some information filling out the page. Anyway, those are my inputs to the page. I would like to work with you on this. If your team, whoever it is that's doing it, should be able to fix all those things pretty quickly. And I'm not sure how it's, again, I'm not trying to criticize what they're doing, but I think that's stuff that they should be able to fix pretty easily. I don't know if it's a big deal for you, but I do think that the logo in each case should match. So I know your logo is normally looking this way, and I think they have this logo here, and in other cases I've seen a variation of that logo. So again, I think there's things like that that I do think should fix, but that's your personal preference of what you want them to do. But in that case, I think it would be helpful to at least get those basic things fixed here. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. Hope this helps. Thank you.